Yeah, they grab Batrider. So unfortunately, Ench is really good against Darkseer, but there are a couple of other really good offlaners still left in the pool, and that's the Batrider. And also a flex pick. This could be a mid Batrider if they get a really good matchup.
Yeah, they're still not showing too much. Like the only thing they're showing that this Earth Spirit is a 4. I would like 99% sure that it's a 4. I don't think. I mean, I know there's some players who like to play mid Earth Spirit, but I don't think this team plays it. So that's why. But yeah, I think the Batrider overall pretty good hero. It does work very well against TB and Enchantress, also against Windranger. So some Purge hero for sure would be nice for Boon. Yeah, this is a very nice hero. I like this a lot.
Yeah,
it's basically great against all of those 3 heroes that are being picked right now, and they definitely needed something like this that gives them some team fight. Maybe not doesn't like win them the team fights, but definitely gives the Purge and the frontlining possibility that they lacked. So I went on really great pick here from Boons. I like it.
And now into Invoker. So they've got some set up for potential stun strikes. I imagine more likely to be Quas Wex. So now they've got a Dispel against the Aphotic Shield. That's a nice little thing Invoker's got.
This game, I feel like he could go for an Exort Invoker. I think it's a good Exort game. I think you can play a bit greedy because you have a Terrorblade in the enemy side, so it's not going to be like a fast game. And I feel like the Quas Wex Invoker loses a lot of his value when you play against Abaddon, for example. So I think the Exort Invoker could just work better, and it's a really nice thing against TB throughout the game as well. But we'll see what he ends up going for. Like the Quas Wex Invo can work out pretty well as well still, so he has options here for sure.
Now, do you consider Abaddon really a counter to Batrider? Because Aphotic Shield obviously removes the lasso, but it's such a short cast range that it does seem pretty hard to execute in a lot of cases. And most good Batriders will play around it, right? They'll only take lassos when Abaddon's not standing there.
So I don't think it's like... I think it's good against the Batrider, not only because you're gonna have a free lane against Bat if you want to go lane against him. Yeah, Batrider doesn't really do anything to Abba. You just purge those stacks every time, and the Batrider doesn't do anything to you. But it's like you can help your teammates as well. You can buy those R items that work really well against Batrider, and like I said, it's very good against Venomancer and Earth Spirit as well. Venomancer, also a lot of his damage is from this Gale and the Poison Sting, which you can purge out from your teammates and yourself. You can build items that work really well against it, and same goes for Earth Spirit. So all those 3 heroes kind of get nullified a lot from this Abba pick, I feel like.
Okay. All right, that makes some sense. And now final round. The Void and the Slark taken out by Boons and Goons. Void for obvious reasons with the Invoker.
Yeah, the Void pick was good. Maybe for Infamous, there's not too many carries in the pool again. This is like hard to see what they're gonna go for here. Maybe just like a Gyrocopter for like fast style of play again. They played pretty well with the Gyro last time I watched them, so could be something that they could go for.
Hey, Gyro.
Monkey King as well, a decent Monkey King game. There is some heroes like Ench can be a bit annoying, but outside of that, not too many annoying heroes. PL, okay. The classic PL TB matchup. It is way better for PL nowadays, this matchup. So yeah, it is a good PL game for sure. Like there's like almost nothing that deals with the PL right now, and Boons and Goons has to find a hero that deals with that hero in this last bit.
So what hero is that?
Yeah. Now I'm looking at the Infamous bans as well. The Kunk and the Sand King are really good bans now, because those were one of my heroes that I was considering.
And it has to be a mid hero. So it's like, yeah, sure, Earthshaker's in the pool, but what, you play a Core Shaker mid? That sounds rough.
Yeah, it has to be like a mid most likely.
Now, they could do the mid Wind Ranger if they feel like there's a 4 that... So maybe 4 Earthshaker is an okay option.
Good like, Magnus here, maybe on Boons and Goons, actually.
Yeah. Puck
so
can be a little bit annoying, like the coil prevents Doppelganger.
Yeah, Puck can be a bit annoying.
Like Medusa, is that too greedy with the Terrorblade? Probably. As PL is good against Medusa,
yeah,
too.
you don't really want to go for Medusa. Storm. Okay.
Is Storm good versus PL? I don't really think of him as a counter.
Wait, what? It's a 4 Storm or what?
Okay, now remember, we don't know if Japan is Frugos or if it's a stand-in, so maybe they're doing a little lane swap here because it's the Wind Ranger in the Storm, so I don't know. But yeah, it looks like it might be a 4 Storm and a mid Wind Ranger. The fuck?
I don't know, actually. Like, I don't have
I can't
I
think
don't
of
know
any
why.
reason why 4 Storm Spirit would be good here at all.
No, like yeah, I'm trying to think as well, and I don't really see as well. Like I'm honestly trying to be really optimistic and see like what is the potential here, but I have
I mean,
no
this is do
real
or
reason.
die, so maybe like
Yeah.
did something change in the D patch that came out? Did Storm Spirit find a nope? Okay, he wasn't
I
tweaked.
don't think anything happened. So
Just making sure, maybe
yeah,
they've got
no,
some new formula here, and we're about to see some crazy shit.
maybe.
I
So I mean,
doubt it, but
yeah, I was gonna say that it is a fine Storm game if you were a core and you would have farm. It's like it's not the best against PL, obviously, but for some time of the game, you're pretty good against PL as well. Later on the game, as maybe not as much, but for the first like 30 minutes, you're pretty fine. But now that you're a 4 Storm Spirit, I'm not sure what's that gonna do. Yeah, I just need to. We just need to see on what happens. I honestly have not much experience with 4 storms. Mostly someone like ruins the game and goes to jungle with Storm. That's my experience with Storm 4. So, but maybe this guy can pull out something bigger. Maybe
well,
he
you've
knows
got
what's
my
up.
attention now.
Yeah.
I definitely
But
want to see what's going to happen.
yeah, it's definitely interesting to see what is there up. What do they have there? Okay, no, he's actually going mid. So,
just happened?
all right.
All right, so they are going to switch it up. Now, again, I hate to keep saying this, but it's irking me a little that we don't have the story on this Japan fella. So
Yeah.
he played a really good support Mirana in game number 1. It might just be Frugas under another account for some reason. But if it is Frugas, I don't think we've seen him go mid, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
So sometimes you see like core players switch lanes. You see like sometimes offlaner playing mid and mid laner playing offlane
Sure.
because there's like a bad matchup. But now this is really weird because your 4 plays the mid lane and your mid laner plays the 4. So this is something that I have not really seen in my games almost before, or like in many other games either. Like suddenly your support player is playing mid and your mid player is playing 4. So that's something that I have not experienced much. So I'm just curious to see what is going to happen. And yeah, we don't still know 100% sure if this is Frugas or not. So
I mean, part of me just wants to know so I can give credit to the proper source. Shout out to Frugas when he makes big plays. It's like
that is true. That's true.
I think that's my real motivation here.
So I'm trying to. Okay, well, at least now that it is a core storm, so I will say that things are obviously different now. So I think the hero is pretty good in this game.
So how does Core Storm match up against PL? And is it kind of a game counter where Storm can just pressure him enough that?
I don't think Storm is like the best mid heroes that works well against PL, but I think he can do fine. Obviously, if you get to late game, you can buy a lot of like items like the Shiva and stuff that really is annoying for PL to deal with, and the early Orchid can catch PL off guard, and just overall the ball lightnings can be a bit annoying in the early fights. So I think Storm has some timings in the game that it can work well, but ideally if PL is very farmed and very big, it might just not be enough to deal with the PL. So it's but it is a pretty good Storm game because it works well against Veno, Batrider, and Invoker. Earth Spirit can be a bit annoying if he plays well. So
yeah,
they kind of have the Earth Spirit has to do some good stuff for the Storm Spirit to have a rough game, but yeah, it is. I would say it is a good storm game in general. Like, it can definitely work out if they get to do well in the lane and just keep running from them. Then they needed something like this because they lack the catch. They have Abba, they have Ench, they have TB. Only the Wind Ranger is kind of a setup, so the storm can help them on that part.
Yeah, but Michael and the Earth Spirit will definitely have some tools to rotate and pressure. So we'll keep tabs on what his movements are, but. Pexi, before this one starts, I have to confess something here. The way that you pronounce infamous has made me realize that I've been saying it wrong, but my accent's weird. We say infamous with an M. That's not a word. I Googled it, and it is always infamous. So you actually say it more properly than I do, but it sounds weird because in America, we've just been pronouncing it wrong forever, at least where I grew up, apparently. And it's weird when you hear yourself saying something wrong that you thought you were pronouncing. Like, I think I've been typing infamous with an M every time I write it. Even their logo's INF, for Christ's sake. I just connected the dots, and I just needed to share that with you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even paid attention to it myself, so. But
you
that's
do a
cool.
hard in famous, almost like it's two words, and I blur it together with all these M's that don't exist. So I don't know who's saying it more proper, but it is comical. The and we have another pause, so plenty of time to talk about our accents.
Yeah. True. And there's some words that I have maybe some like it can be hard to pronounce or say. Some at least that is definitely like when it's your your native language. Even though you have spoken the language a lot.
I mean, I can't even imagine. Like, there's so many nuances in English that make it so fucking hard. Like, we have all these weird slangs that don't exist either. Like, instead of the word regardless, people say irregardless. And that's just made, like, that doesn't mean anything. The re does what you think the ear is doing. It's like a double, it's just shitty slang. But for most of America, that's just how people talk. And nobody even really thinks about it because nobody ever writes irregardless.
I mean, it's still easier to understand than when sometimes I try to listen to like UK when they're like Irish and Scottish. And it can be too hard for me.
I mean, they have totally different vocabulary too. That's part of the difficulty. Is like I don't even know what nouns they're referring to. Scottish accents or something else.
Laning stuff happening here. They're going for a tri lane here with the TB, so they want to secure the TB a good lane. And I think this is the one way that you can definitely shut down this Batrider really hard if you have this tri lane from the start. Batrider is really bad level 1. You don't really have any spells. The sticky A-bomb doesn't really do a whole lot alone at level 1. So
and Infamous even have made this adjustment now where Excel is head bottom now with Pocket. So they've kind of inverted their lanes. They're playing their safe lane in the off lane, and now we've got the Earth Spirit up top with Pepita. So it's the same combos with the 3 and the 4, but they've switched it up.
So I'm not sure which team is like looking to do this more. It might be Infamous wanting to do this more, or I mean, Booze and Goose kind of went for the tri-lane, so they want to shut down the bat. That's their idea here. And they want to secure the TB lane. They maybe feel like the TB can't have a good lane otherwise. So that's maybe the idea. But I feel like Infamous is still going to be happy with this lane stage because once Battery level gets like level 3 here on this lane, their support doesn't really do that much to him anyway. So, and then at the same time, Infamous is going to have pretty good time bottom against this Abba. So far, Abba is doing fine though.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird tri-lane. Wind Ranger, Enchantress, Terrorblade. Definitely not your top contenders if you were trying to assemble the ideal tri-lane. Maybe some kill options, though. The creep certainly helping out. Pepita, that's a first blood for Yuma. So there you go. We're seeing the options, but...
Yeah, I mean, they get the nice first blood. They get some nice usage of this Hellbear. So Michael may be doing a slight mistake and not able to block this camp. And at the same time, good job from Boons and Goons that like they saw him out, maybe, that they didn't get to block the camp. They use the wall and they get a free first blood for the TB. So nice start here for Boons and Goons. Already off to a good start. But at the same time now, Monster is going to have...
Whoa. Okay. Missed that one. KXY gets a solo kill on Japan in the mid lane.
Yeah. So he gets a solo kill there, but actually Japan has 8 denies so far.
Double up on him. 10-8 versus 5-4. Yeah,
so I mean, that kill obviously not ideal, so maybe playing a bit too aggressive, but he's certainly done really well so far in the lane. So maybe this guy is some Storm specialist on 4, and they felt like, let's go, it's the elimination game, let's do our best. And maybe that's the idea.
Just put everybody in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it does get maybe slightly easier for the Quaswex Invoker, not renowned for his right-click damage in the early levels, so... that's certainly an aspect of this matchup that makes it a little bit easier for the Storm compared to the Exort Invoker.
Yeah.
So PL is having...
Now that... Oh, not really close that he died there. He barely got off that invis.
Ooh, this is a tight mid. How's the net worth?
That's nice, though.
It's very even in terms of net worth right now.
Yeah. And that was also with the kill on the Invoker. Still Storm is a bit ahead, so he's definitely doing really well for himself here. Maybe this Japan guy is just some type of multi-talent player, can play anything.
A Storm spammer. My least favorite individual.
I like Storm. I think
it's a fun hero.
If you're a good Storm player, yeah.
I hate getting killed by Storm, I think is where the vitriol comes from. Up top.
If you're a support, at least you hate playing as Storm for most part.
He's better now. I think I hated Storm a lot like 3-4 years ago. These days, Storm feels metered. Pepita?
Yeah.
He's actually going to be okay here. That was a nice flame break. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Lord Boons takes a tumble against the Veno PL combo.
It was a little lane switcheroo here then. Just getting the lanes. I think this favors Bones and Goons right now a bit.
Oh, that uphill miss was painful. There was a little exchange mid. The double damage got picked up by Storm. KXY almost killed him. Looks like they'll get a counter kill onto Excel. All of these lanes erupting right now. As Michael's also getting chased back.
A lot of stuff happening for sure in all these 3 lanes right now. So a bit surprised he killed the Veno there. He didn't even have the Enchantress there and didn't use meta. So I'm a bit surprised how did that end up happening. But good kill for you, man. He's having a really good time on this TB. So far, I would say Boons and Goons is off to a great start in this game. Already, like, securing this TB a great game. At the same time, the Storm is also doing really well for himself in the mid lane. And Abba also farming pretty fine. So all their cores are already off to a good start in this game.
Absolutely. 1K net worth lead. 2-2. Still pretty low kill scoring, but Pepita going to find himself a nice stack here. This is great for the Bat Rider.
Yep.
And very easy.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get a bit. He's obviously still not super happy because he's level 3 and the Abba is level 5 and he's going to get some of these creeps as well. Yeah, he got one of the big creeps there, so he's pretty happy with that on the Abba. And at the same time,
some action mid. Japan, is he in trouble here? Only level 5 on the Storm, so there's no zip, and he does go down to KXY. RRL looking to make the rotation. Can't get there in time.
Well, the Storm is doing good for himself on the last hit and deny apartment, but then dying 2 times the solo to the Invoker, obviously not great, and now the network difference is on favor of the Invoker, so those 2 kills definitely making a difference. Bottom lane.
Maybe a little trade here.
Axos could die.
Yeah, this Veno is just food when he gets initiated on like that. Now back towards mid. Japan, level 5 still. Nice shackle from RRL. Sets up a counter kill onto Michael, and that gets Japan to level 6. Now KXY, maybe in trouble, has Ghost Walk. Able to make it out.
No detection yet, but still good. They killed the Earth Spirit, and at least Japan doesn't die there, so big important kill. If Japan died there, definitely could be game losing right there for the Storm, but big survive. And Monster is just doing some monster things with this Abba here.
And down bottom also. Michael rotates in, he gets dove. Excel, he's probably gonna fall. Big commitments in both lanes. Pakes very low, forces a TP in. They don't find the kills though.
Nah, he should be still dead. Maybe 6 more block? No.
Yeah, with the borrowed time, that's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, so yeah, the Abba having a really good time. That's a good thing for them because this hero can definitely make infamous heroes really annoyed in this game if he has a good farm game. He could even, I mean,
yeah,
maybe it's not ideal that he wants to go for a Radiance, but eventually he could go for that item against PL, and always that Abba with Radiance can be some annoying hero to deal with. I think for now he needs to go for those teamfight items, but if he keeps having this good of a game, he might be able to scale for himself even more in the later stage of the game.
Lord Boons, they're thinking about a dive perhaps, but he'll be just fine. Yeah, now 2K up. The Boons and Goons having a great laning phase, and 1 for 1 in all the core roles. They are leading in net worth right now, so hell of a start. Let's see if they can maintain the momentum. Pepita, he's going to be pushed back and likely brought down. Michael comes in to intercept.
Nice save from Michael there.
Beautiful.
Would have probably died otherwise. Problem is this Batrod is just having a really hard game. Like, he's not having a lane really. Like, he's the offlaner and he's playing on the bottom lane with the PL, while your 5 is taking the top lane. And it just kind of goes, the Abba is playing there. You don't feel too good. So all this laning stuff, I think it really did work up in favor of Boons and Goons. Not only that they were able to destroy the Batrider, but also that all your cores have a really good game. Even this Storm has died, still after has like a good network lead still. So really,
he'll look for Orchid first item. Gonna do standard stuff on the side of Japan. It's always rough when you've got 3 heroes at 8 minutes and you're like, man, they all need the tome. Earth Spirit, Venno, and Batrider could really use it. So they're going to have a couple heroes that'll be pretty behind in XP. I guess the flip side is that Wind Ranger is only level 3. So RRL's decently behind also. But
yeah, well, their supports, I would say, are maybe having a bit more of a rough time on side of Boons and Goons, but their cores are having good time, so they don't care too much about it, I would say. I think Michael is probably going to end up getting the tome on the side of Infamous, because his level 6 can definitely do a lot, and since the Venomancer is getting the XP top lane now, pretty good for him.
And we're back.
Yep.
Rotations mid, Japan. They find an opportunity. They've got a dust, and KXY, no chance to survive.
Yeah, now they had the dust, and they definitely get the kill, so big important kill for the Japan there, and gets to farm. Now they can even try to kill Papita here. He's trying to...
Oh, buddy.
Should be fine, though.
RL looking for the shackle. It connects. And now Monster's here. Papita finding a spot on the cliff, but Japan's got a full mana bar, so this should be a pretty easy chase down. Zip, and boom, you're done. RRL will get the snipe.
Yeah, big kill there, and now this Panther is just really sad. He doesn't have a game. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. They don't... Do they even have stacks? No, they don't really have stacks either, so this Batrider is gonna... It's hard to say what he can do. There's not many places he can go and not like many stacks. So.
Yeah, he's got the BOTs queued up. Ambitious. Yeah. I mean, a great item on Batrider, but...
Yep, it's good if you can get it early, but like by this time he's gonna have it at like 13 to 14 minutes, so he probably has to go for something else. I don't think that Travels is the item in this game.
Some kind of easier build up. They will get a kill down bottom, and I guess the one thing that's keeping me feeling okay for Infamous is that they've got the PL versus Terrorblade matchup, and they're both farming pretty even. The Terrorblade had a great lane. He's got his drums now, and PL a little slower. He's going to be working on the defusal, and is it flying out already? No, I'm sorry. He's going Yasha first item.
So he just feels like he probably wants to farm more and doesn't feel like they can fight with the defusal. So, but yeah, I agree with you. The PL definitely having a good game is still a good like. I would say if the PL had a bad game here, for sure they would have been bad troubles. But at least this is still their winning condition, and he can still win this game for sure for their team if he gets really farmed here. So that's just what they need to do. They need to play around this PL and make sure that this PL just keeps farming and accelerating as much as he can.
And now up top, some movement in. A great shackle. An unbelievable shackle, in fact. Lord Boone's going to lose his mana as he gets lassoed. And, well, despite that connection on 2, it's just a TP out from the Terrorblade and a freebie on the 5.
Yeah, they do get the 5 at least. But former rotation for position 5. I think they're fine with that on Boons and Goons. Yeah, the Invoker ended up going for the Quaswex. Probably fine in this game. They do need to make space for the PL, and the Invoker needs to be able to run around. However, I think the Abba can definitely nullify a lot of that potential of the Quaswex Invoker with the Vessel. Just one Apodic Shield can definitely like turn that gank around. Japan might die here though.
Yeah, they've got some follow-up. The silence, the stun, a little more damage. Not enough. He's so low though, the Magnetize will finish him off. KXY.
Michael will die though, I think.
Yeah, with that shackle for sure. Good trade.
That's fine. Yeah, big kill there on Japan. Just getting more and more room. They even forced the meta there, so they could think about maybe this mid tower now, since they know that meta is down if they want to. They have maxed wards on the Venomancer, and they know there's no meta, so I think this is a perfect time for Infamous to think about a move on this mid lane, for example, but we'll see if they end up doing it. Obviously, PL going for this Yasha build is not the strongest right now, so they might still not want to do it.
And he is just going to go for Manta. Okay.
This is the benefit of the 5 Veno, though, what's happening right now. If you can't get this top tower early, this enemy safe lane tower, and you leave the Venomancer to do this, he's going to have those max out wards, and he's going to be able to delay your push a lot. So, and at the same time, he's getting a big farm. Like, he's actually very close to a mech here. So 5 Venom close to a mech and just delaying the push a lot is very, very good for them.
Yeah, he is catching up to the Bat Rider in terms of raw net worth, and you're totally right. As a 5, Veno farms so much faster with the Plague Wards, so some cool options. And we'll see Yuma now set up on. Follow-up, not quite there, but they drain his whole mana bar. Evoker starting to get points in Exort now, first one at least.
Yep. We'll see if he's gonna do more about that, but I think it looks like right now he's just gonna be active and going for the. He's closing on the vessel, still a bit from it, but we'll have it soonish, and then maybe something like an Orchid, or maybe it's too late for that. Not sure what he's gonna go for after that. Just some options. Aral is going. KXY wants to get active here. They might be able to set up a monster. They don't. He does have ulti, but let's see here.
RL might be an easier target. KXY jumps in. The roll is going to be off the mark, but no escape path to the Wind Ranger. She had her level 1 wind run, and that was it.
Yep. The monster was not ready there to purge all those things away from him, so nice little kill there. So
Japan in pretty deep, farming in enemy territory. Now been scouted out by Papita. And an easy TP.
Oh, nice cancel of KXY. Really nice.
And especially because Storm zipped so deep to try to get to that safe spot. Papita happy to burn a drum charge there, knocks him into a lasso, and now this Storm's in big trouble. Have enough for one little zip. Instead, drops a a remnant, recognizing that he's dead either way. Great play by KXY.
Yeah, sick reaction from KXY. Just reading that play well, that he's gonna TP out, so TPing out. Now they could actually make this mid move. The Storm is dead, and they have a mech on this Veno, so yeah, nice setup here.
RRL, whoa, roll barely misses. They might still find him though. The Magnetize helping to set up as Excel hits him with a Gale. Monster here with the right clicks. The Aphotic Shield's not enough. Michael will go down, a 1-for-1. Maybe Excel also hasn't even skilled up the Poison Nova. A 1-for-2.
I think Excel should also get like a magic wand here, because he doesn't really have mana to sustain spamming these wards and at the same time using the mech, so probably needs something to deal with, help with his mana pool here.
Oh, mid lane, Yuma. Now he's going to lose his mana bar. Does have a stick. That'll give him an option maybe for Sunder. No, it's only level 1, still short on mana. Sunstrike, he's just too fast.
Yeah, that also wouldn't have not done enough damage there.
Oh yeah, it's an Exort or a Wex Invoker. It tickles.
Yeah. But yeah, PL is still not having his diffusal, so they're just kind of lacking that potential kill potential still. But he's farming really well on PL, so when he's gonna have that diffusal, I think Boons and Goons can definitely have some problems fighting.
This is the stage of the game where you start to feel maybe the difference in experience with Infamous, where they're a lot better at taking these like almost 4v5 type engagements where you can tell they're thinking, okay, Terrorblade's here, Storm, we don't know where he is, but PL's farming, let's just distract him. Let's just make some noise. And they've been slowly climbing their way back into the net worth favor, the experience favor. Their movements are just a little bit more efficient. Maybe some of that is the Venomancer, like you were talking about with the Plague Wards, but you can really see it starting to pay off. It's dead even, and that's not good for Boons and Goons because they were ahead 8 minutes ago.
Oh, Michael is going to die.
That was a long impetus.
That was a real long. Okay, we're going to chase Axel here.
Okay, Lord Boons in hot pursuit. Cell does still have the mech, and there it is.
I'm going to turn these around. There's going to be a good EMP.
KXY gets the first one. RRL on the run. They'll be able to bring him down as well. They get a 1-for-2 with that Earth Spirit dead. A lot of support trading.
Yeah. I would just love Excel to buy a stick at least. I just make his life so much better.
Now they even use the lasso for this to make it an easy kill on the Abaddon.
Yeah, but Infamous still doing some good moves right now. Even the PL joining, even without the diffusal, to these early fights, or like mid-game fights right now, working really well for him. Thunder used, fine there. Storm has his Orchid now though, so right now it's not too bad of a timing for Boons and Goons to think about a fight as well. With this Orchid, definitely can take a fight if they feel strong about it.
It's definitely a nice option to have now. The Veno, probably a pretty susceptible target.
Yeah.
Mech
Veno
helps, but-
is gonna have a lot of problems in this game from now on, since the mech. He's even gonna probably just feed here right now.
Let's see. He does have some heroes.
mech.
Yeah, not even gonna use it. So I
Yeah.
thought maybe Michael could roll in and look for a trade, but yeah, no chance.
There's few heroes now that are gonna have issues in this game, since the Storm has the Orchid. There's gonna be Invoker, the Batrider, and the Venomancer are definitely gonna have some problems how they wanna position in fights, because this Orchid Storm can set up kills really well on these heroes. They don't have any ways of dealing with that silence yet, so only the PL should be kind of. Let's say I think only the PL is gonna be most likely fine, and maybe the Earth Spirit, because the Earth Spirit is really tanky as well, and ideally you don't want to go on that target, I think.
Yeah. PL now really starting to outpace the Terrorblade. 560 GPM compared to 450.
Other than the diffuse also, they can be really aggressive. Yuma doesn't have mana.
This is
mana
rough.
at all.
This is really bad for the Terrorblade. He is going to be able to survive. They start to pressure pockets the other way. They do get off an Orchid, but it's on Michael instead. He'll fall, but he gets the Magnetize off beforehand. Doesn't end up doing that much. And they will find RRL. And now Invoker, he got caught a little too deep. It's a double for Japan.
Yeah, it's not too bad for Goose Goose.
Yeah.
They're just taking Infamous taking the fight a little bit spread there. KXY kind of going for the different targets there, and Goose Goose like punishing them for that. So that fight was also without a meta. But now I would say Infamous is going to have the time that they just want to keep running at them non-stop. They have this Mana Diffusal PL. He feels like king of the game right now. So they definitely want to play around the PL as much as they can now.
Time to pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I see this poor Veno with the mechanism, I just keep thinking about, I remember when Mech was only 150 mana instead of 225, half of Veno's mana pool. It's like
also that the Venom wards also just yesterday got
oh
got
yeah,
nerfed a little bit, so now the mana cost is gonna be every time you use it's 6 more mana, so it's just kind of adds up when you spam those. So you definitely, I would really like him to have. I mean, he's buying some mana regen items, so it's not like that bad. But
he's had constant
mana
clarity
pool,
he's running. He's got the
Yeah, he's a-
raindrops.
it's just the problem that his mana pool is so small. Like he would like to have him like some int that he gets a little bit more mana pool, because if he wants to use his ulti and mech in the fight, it's pretty much gonna be Uma after that.
Monster, and they'll also get the lasso on the Wind Ranger. That should be a pretty easy follow-up. A quick 1-0, and now more. Buyback from the Wind Ranger. Storm Spirit grabs the Veno. He's got a dominating streak now. Shackle latches on Michael, and Infamous now on the run.
Yeah, there's a meta popped out now right now, so they need to respect that. Also a buyback from the Wind Ranger. So, but not the worst thing for Infamous if they only lose those, because their core still survive. And now they use the buyback and meta, so in the next 30 seconds, 40 seconds, Infamous can look to fight again. And there's not gonna be a meta, so. And it doesn't look like they're gonna get this tower. They wanna try to push this tower with the TB, but I think they are ready to fight this on Infamous if they want to.
Both carries deathless right now. 406 on TB, 106 on PL. Who will be the first carry to fall? Shackle. Oh, latches on 2. But there's enough dire follow-up that now they're focused on Monster. Has stick, has borrowed time. Not going to need either. Excel now the one a bit far forward. Pops the Poison Nova, but he'll go down. Now Storm jumps into the back line, has the Orchid on Batrider. Japan low, but sustaining. Soul burns enough. Buyback on the Batrider, looking for the counterplay. Radiant in full retreat. Monster probably going to fall now that he's out of borrowed time.
Yep. Might get more boons here as well.
Yeah.
Probably maybe this is a Russian for Infamous if they want to, or they just push tier 2 here. They have options. There's still no meta still, so they can do anything, but doesn't seem like they want to push, so they just want to go back to farming. Obviously, they can farm as well. I think they could have a free Russian here because there's no meta, but Papita is gonna feed here now though. This is a dieback. So.
All right, that's a great catch from Japan.
Yeah, Japan definitely doing a lot of work with this Orchid now. Like he was like 1-4 when he didn't have it, and now he's gotten 7 kills since he bought this item. So really making this item work and making a lot of space as well, getting a lot of kills.
Yeah,
getting closer to the plus one as well.
Very clearly has a lot of Storm games under his belt. He's been very good at pushing it to the limit, maximizing damage output, but not getting caught too far forward, not getting caught by Flaming Lasso, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what's Terrorblade doing in terms of items? He's got Manta now after the drums, and he just wants BKB.
Yeah, the BKB is pretty good, just because there's a lot of like these annoying slows and mana burns and all this. But yeah, I think the BKB, he needs it, so it's fine that he goes for it. And maybe would have liked Scotty a bit more and then go for the BKB. He's not like, because he has the Abba as well, so Abba is going to help him a lot as well on that part. So he could maybe greed up a little bit more and go for the more like a damage item or tanky item. BKB is okay, so.
Well, a defense mid, PL Army, going to kill the illusion of Terrorblade, drain this mana from old Abaddon. Shackle. Connects on something. A couple of creeps, okay.
Well, the Storm is just keep doing his work. Getting these kills all over the place. He's just killed KXY, and this is potential Roshan for Boons and Goons as well.
The Storm gets the Aegis here. Kill, but this is big.
Yeah.
No buyback on Invoker, though. This Veno does scout it out. He gets a Plague Ward down.
That should be a Roshan. I don't think. Unless they steal it.
The roll. Michael, he's certainly thinking about that. Papita knocks him out. The Dire want this, but they go just a little too early. Michael goes down. Radiant get the Rosh, and Aegis in the hands of Storm. Jumps in onto Excel. They've got the dust. Excel in trouble. Should probably fall, but now Japan losing mana. PL, he's in the fray. He's got the Scotty now. This PL is actually huge. They get RRL. They grab the TB with the lasso. He doesn't have Aegis. He doesn't have Sunder, and Yuma is down. Monster probably going to fall as well. Does not have borrowed time, and now completely dry. The PL's running amok. They do get a counter kill onto Papita, but Lord Boons, he's not going to make the TP, and the ultra kill for Pakas is secured. A rampage. It could be coming. It could be coming. Brace yourselves. Japan in the tree line. Pakas with the vision. The Aegis. Oh no, what's the timer on the rampage? I don't think they can get this, Japan. Yes, maybe they can. He doesn't long range zip, he wants the counter kill, and they set it up onto KXY. That was beautiful.
That was better than I thought, but still, I'm just gonna say...
It should have been a rampage, but you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that was so well done from Pagas, that fight. Like, I think, okay, there's still some stuff happening, so...
Okay, he gets Michael. But now, Pakas, he's in. Japan is out mana. There it is. Yeah. Finally, the streak ended. Huge gold swing going to Pakas.
Pakas playing so well, but that fight, it looked like a perfect fight for Boons and Goons. They get the Aegis, they kill the Storm, they kill the... I mean, they kill the Battle. But what? There comes the PL with these 3 big items, and he ignores the Storm completely. Storm had no mana, he had Aegis, so Storm wanted to die there. But Pakas was like, nah, I ain't killing you, I'm killing everyone else. And even this TB just melts to him, because he has nothing to deal with this PL right now. So that was like so well done by Pakas, because I think a lot of players would have probably just killed the Storm there since he was so low. But he realized that, hey, he has Aegis, he's gonna come back with full mana, full HP.
Right.
I'll just kill his team. And now this PL is a machine. Like, level 25, Skadi, Basher.
Oh my god.
He's gonna be
4 levels up on Storm. He's 10 levels up on the Terrorblade, dude.
Yeah.
Yuma is level 16 right now. That is insane. Like, okay, he's gonna get BKB. That's nice. They kill RL again. It will help a lot for Terrorblade because it'll keep his mana. Maybe he can at least get off a Sunder. But I don't know how they ever kill PL.
Yeah.
They find Lord Boons. Nice kick. I think this will be a freebie on the Ench. And maybe more? Tornado?
Looks like it. Yeah. Monster should probably get chased here.
He'll have borrowed time. He's got stick charges, but now the Terrorblade, he pops the BKB.
The defensive BKB, they can just get out now, maybe.
Storm trying to jump in to make it hard. There's the borrowed time. They've got Michael. Pakas on the run. There's no heart, so he doesn't have crazy regen or anything like that. BNG make a pretty good hold here. They only get the kill on the Earth Spirit, but they do hang on.
I think Infamous is probably just gonna go back now. They they got the meta forced again and BKB, and now they can just regen up and go again. This is like it's fine. Sure, Michael dies there, but it's still like they forced enough stuff that they can go back in.
Anyway,
since he doesn't have the heart yet.
This is one of the reasons why PL feels so good against Terrorblade. Not only just the nature of illusions against TB's kind of single target, but PL doesn't really have cooldowns. And Terrorblade is only cooldowns. So PL has this natural advantage where when you can force fights like that, you go, all right, cool. Yeah, we got a pretty long window here where we can punish them without meta.
Does help that he's also 9 levels ahead of him, and a lot of farm as well. But yeah, I agree with you. Definitely a good point that you made, that if you can force those TB against PL without the meta, it's not even like the thing that like TB necessarily doesn't deal too much with PL anyway. But it's just like this TB is basically gonna be a kind of a useless hero in the fight, since he has this type of build and doesn't really deal much damage. So the PL can kind of just kill everyone in the fight. Right now, the biggest problem for this PL is the Storm. And if the Storm is dealt with, there's no one that can touch him in this game right now.
Monster maybe in a tough spot here, surrounded by enemies, although they'll jump onto Excel. Japan finds an easy kill there.
Yeah, the Storm is definitely like also playing really well. So this was definitely some pocket strat Storm, or how to say it, like
that's pocket strat Storm. I think that's right. Their secret weapon. Unfortunately, PL has the real secret weapon. It's called the Abyssal Blade.
Yeah.
And it's not that much of a secret. It's a game changer. And now Monster going to fall just like the Ench did.
Yeah, and they're just going to keep getting more. They're actually going in Japan here. Are they going to kill him as well?
Ooh, nice silence. Like they get there in time. Well done by Michael, and plenty of damage. Now, buyback is available for the Storm. But this is some pretty crippling damage. PL in onto RRL.
Might even just dive him, like. Okay.
All right, well, the Firebush knows which one's the real PL. Doppelganger is up, and he makes it out. Pakis just taking a bath.
All right. Pakis is... I don't know.
There is still a tier 2 in this bottom lane here, just FYI.
This is some really good PL performance. I would like someone from his team to tip him here. Just, you know, kind of carrying them in this game. Everyone having some rough time, but this PL doing a lot of work.
The play-in decider series.
Yeah.
Pakis stepping up.
For sure.
Up top, Veno again. If they're making the right kind of moves in terms of finding the hero that they can actually kill. You know, Veno is that weak target. It's only the 5, but at least it's giving Storm something. You know, Japan's still accelerating.
Big kills still that you can have. Like, definitely want to keep killing this Veno. The Veno even wants to get these Greaves here. He has double bullets right now.
Yeah. It's also Bloodstone charges for the Storm. So another aspect of he'll take any pick off he can get. BKB popped by Yuma here.
Yeah.
Thought Infamous might just try to retreat, and I think they are. They're sending PL illusions in, and they'll just wait it out.
Also, not the problem. Like what Pagas can keep doing is that he can keep sending these illusions. The copy they're getting got here a bit.
Pagas is in. Storm zips out. Orchid onto the Bat Rider. A lot of follow-up damage. Soul burns enough, and now the Storm's stunned. He's got some mana, but they've got big damage, and he's done. No buyback on the Storm. Sidelined 110. Now, Terrorblade, he's going to be in trouble. No mana means no Sunder, and you're done. No buyback either. This game looking very rough for the Boons and Goons here, playing their hearts out for survival, but Infamous diving the well for the second time. They do bring down Monster, and yeah, PL pretty darn good for well diving, that's for sure.
Yep. You can just keep doing this. I mean, there's obviously the fountain damage that stacks nowadays, so you need to be a bit careful with that.
True.
But the illusions can tank pretty well for you.
Yep. Where I come from, we call this the demoralizer.
Yeah, this is... his team is just... Boys, I'm hitting buildings. Pakas is getting that rampage.
Yeah, and...
Almost.
Alright, that's a style point right there.
Oh my god, he doesn't even die to that.
Pakas.
He's in their heads.
The glyph! They want the spread! But the second set of boots come in the clutch. The Guardian Greaves. Yeah. Excel, the hero.
Storm is still there for 50 seconds here, so...
Tier 2s on the side lanes.
Yeah. They can't really get the throne, but they can't also get more than this on one side. But there's Roshan about to spawn, so they could go for that if they want to. it's kind of in their like the game is kind of in their back now, so they can kind of want to do whatever they want. They can play it safe. They can region up and go for Roshan, or just play some Maria, hold them in base. Yeah. It's not like
the dieback on Storm is just 2 minutes of no Storm Spirit is so brutal.
Yeah, it is. It's like if they can just kill the Storm, you can see like what can the other heroes do to the PL? Nothing. It's the Storm can only kind of deal with the PL a bit because of the Sib and the damage that he can bring with the magic. But yeah, Pagas is getting MKB next, it looks like, and that's also just amplifies damage more. I think he had MKB, if I'm correct.
Yep, I think so.
This is unless he's thinking of a rapier, which would be
not necessary, I'd say.
Yeah, it's not necessary, but you know, respect the man if he wants to do that. But I think MKB is also like, I'm thinking if MKB is needed either, but it's obviously nice against the they're doing okay. This is something that they can. This is a nice play from Booz and Goons, but they're getting scouted for this. Yeah, this is like a big play if they can get this still.
Right idea. High risk, high reward. If they can get the Aegis cheese, it's amazing on Storm. He's falling quick. In comes Michael. It goes to to the Radiant. Japan gets it. Monster falling low. A lasso has come out. Looks like it is on the Storm Spirit. There's the buyback on the Ench. Yuma with the BKB does stay standing. The Boons and Goons getting away with this right now. They burned 2 buybacks to try to commit to this fight. The TB pretty low. There's the Sunder onto Papita. Very nice, but it won't be enough to save him. Obviously, the Aegis is on the Storm Spirit, and he's able to zip back.
Well, that is a big play from Boos and Goons. Like, they smoke up there, they sneak that Roshan, and it's just at least like now you have a chance still. Now if they gave that Aegis to Infamous, I think there is no way you're gonna win a fight. Yeah. But now at least you have this double life with Storm, so Storm can play really aggressive in that fight, and maybe they can do something in this PL. So yeah, actually he's queuing up the rapier on Pakas. Okay.
Wow.
Going for the big play. Feels like he can die.
Yeah, I think Infamous are playing this for some style points. They're looking for the, hey Boons, we are better than you. They want everyone to know it.
Yeah.
We dove the fountain and we bought a rapier. Pakas in the front line.
He's not buying it yet because he doesn't have buyback. If he buys it, so also he doesn't have courier yet, so he doesn't feel like. I think he might want to get buyback. I'm not sure though. It is.
It's always weird with rapier, right? Because if you drop the rapier and then you have buyback, cool.
That is true. The thing is that I feel like the rapier lost its value a lot now because they didn't get the Aegis. So I think I would have been a really big fan of the rapier if they got the Aegis.
Yeah.
And he would have double life, and then he can have stealth rapier and do so much damage. But now that he's gonna go for the rapier without the Aegis, it can definitely be like, I wouldn't say it's the best thing to do, but I mean the guy has been literally winning you the game, so that if he feels it, you should let him do it. But
why doesn't he just buy a nullifier instead? Then the Aphotic Shield can't save anybody.
Because rapier does more damage. You need damage. Nullifier kills you damage, but the rapier gives you 3 times the damage, or even more.
True, that is true. And does True Strike do anything yet? I guess Wind Ranger, that's pretty nice. No Butterfly on the Terrorblade. He's actually thinking Mjolnir, which is the right idea. Maybe too little, too late, but...
Yeah. I think it's first time I don't really see Mjolnirs on TB, so I think you're definitely in like a weird position when you want to do that. So it might be the right item in this game.
Okay, Storm trying to clear out the creep wave, but PL pretty unfazed by this. Just okay, he's got the rapier, but he didn't put it together yet. This is cool.
He's waiting with it if he wants to.
He's gonna pick somebody off first and then wait until it's a 4v5 and it feels safe. This is cool.
Yeah, the problem what is happening though, that Pagas doesn't have the heart, right? So he can't really do this thing that he can just push and stank that damage, because now they have a Vlad, so he can kind of sustain still with the region. But it's not the same as heart, obviously. Like, you can't just keep pushing and then go back, heal up, and go again. It's a bit slower like this, but he can still do it. It's just lower time.
Storm jumping in and out. Still clearing up creep waves pretty well. This is a good setup. Pakas still without the rapier completed. They might be able to grab Monster, though. That's borrowed time. His first reset's gone. There are no buybacks available for the Radiant right now, so first one down. Boone sidelined for 75. Japan jumps in, maybe wants Michael, a lot of damage, and he will find that kill. No buyback on Michael either, but the issue is that B&G aren't really defending. They've already lost one of the barracks. Now the big fight breaks out as Pakis jumps in, and Yuma has no chance. The Rapier is complete, you're right, and he's hitting like a Mack truck. 3 dead. Such a cool play to see him save it until he knew it was safe, and then it becomes the game ender. Japan does jump out, pops one more, that's KXY, but he will be the last defender. A 3v1.
Yeah, he's gonna get the Megas now, and now they can just probably even chill.
God. All right. Well, I guess there's a lot on the line here, so they'll play it out. Without any buybacks, though, this seems like a...
Yeah. I mean, they can probably push. It is a bit annoying against Storm with the Aegis, because it's gonna keep sipping and putting you low HP, but... yeah, this game is pretty much in Infamous back now. I think it's their game to throw this, so if Pakas doesn't want to... I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if what they can do too much about this. Like, they can just even kill these creeps and just heal up from that with the Vlads, or actually it's on Michael, the Vlads. They're probably going to back off here and just wait for their heroes to go, and then they can go finish the game. I don't think they have any reason to potentially give the Rapier to the enemy's team here, so...
Yeah, that's true. Play it safe. And seeing this Aegis on Storm in this situation with 4 heroes dead without buyback, a little torn, right? Because you know Storm is one of the best Aegis carriers in the game. He is S tier. But he's also so strong right now that they can't really kill him. They're sort of just ignoring him and killing his friends. But then it's countered with, like, TB is probably one of the worst Aegis carriers in terms of position ones. Yeah. Maybe that's one of the things I don't like about this hero is it feels like when you get Aegis, it's not that much of a boon compared to when PL gets Aegis, you have this oh fuck kind of feeling.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, the good thing for them is that they have the Storm, so at least they have some kind of a Aegis user, and it's a really good thing that they have it. And I think that Aegis still, like I said, I think it was more about you buy more time for this game. You also delay the Aegis. You don't give the Aegis to the PL. Because let's say the PL had the Aegis here and the Rapier, I'm not sure what Boons and Goose would have done. At least with this Aegis on the Storm, he can play really carelessly, and still they know that they don't really want to commit on this Storm.
That's true. That's true. It does allow him to play that kind of style that's a different sort of pressure. That's a really good point. Just looking at Twitch chat here, I got no way to verify this, but reports here that Pakas is one of the younger players in the Rio, 17 years old. Supposedly. He does not have a Wikipedia profile, so I'm not positive, but I always love seeing young players that I'm not super familiar with have big performances like this, and you know, see that next generation of player come up. Lord knows there ain't many of them in North America.
Yeah, I mean, South America definitely, at least what I've been watching them, they have a lot of talent. It's not about the talent, that they have a lot of players, a lot of talent, but it's more about, like, I think they lack the leadership in some teams and that type of, like, the experience. So they definitely have these talented players that can show up. And definitely this PL has been showing that he can do well in these games.
Yeah, Pakas has definitely looked fairly consistent in the Infamous games that I've seen. You know, they haven't won every game, but him individually, he's definitely looked solid. We'll see the Storm get caught. They'll need some follow-up here. There is a double damage on the PL. Japan falling quickly, but actually does live. Now they jump onto Lord Boons. He'll have a second with the Ghost Scepter, but now he might be in some trouble. Japan not able to finish off the Bat Rider, and the Ab is actually still dead.
Gonna starting to hit these tier 4s here.
There's a glyph for the Radiant. You'll have one reset. Curious to see when they use it, if they try to fight around the tier 4 towers or if they save it for the throne. The glyph around the tier 4s with the double AoE is actually pretty deadly. Yeah. But I don't know if they can actually kill PL. 4,200 HP.
I don't think so either. He just got a Satanic as well. It's like, that's a big item. Now he has the lifesteal himself, so even if he goes low, he can just go for full HP. They're just slowly shipping these buildings away. There's also the mega creeps now also being a big problem for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're even doing this without the Invoker. He's just running right now. Nothing in here yet, so probably 5 here.
Yeah, PL, proper raid boss territory. This is what 6-slotted PL looks like. Boots in the backpack. I guess he could pop a Moon Shard. That's about the The only thing he's got left. Storm doing everything he can in the back, but he does get silenced. RRL goes down. Japan zipping all around. So many illusions on the screen. I'm actually losing frames right now. The buyback's coming if they've got him. RRL back in the game, as is the Bat Rider. Japan no longer has Aegis as the last tier 4 falls. No more Glyph. The PL taking a little bit of damage, but his army is so big right now. It's absolute chaos outside of the throne. Monster has the borrowed time. He's going to survive. I don't even know what I'm watching right now. It's just illusions hitting each other. The Sunder does actually get PL low, but it's beyond too little too late. The creeps do